very, very good shape. He's after being, as he said, he's after being in the conditioning course there with Stephen O'Rourke and young Nolly O'Brien, who's one of my pro fighters as well, to keep himself well. He's the first time he's really gone into conditioning. We just kept it all boxing in other fights, right? But he's in as good a condition now as he was for the Hammond fight, and you know what condition he was for that.
I remember you saying to me before that, you know, Anto's all the tools there. If you just get him fit and keep him focused,
well, that's
are we going to see a fit and focused Anto this Friday or this Saturday?
Well, you'll see him fit, focused, and in a little bit better shape.
Yeah.
I mean, and the conditioning is after improving his strength. I told you before, he's only learning how to train the correct way. He's only learning how to throw the punches in the right way. It is an apprenticeship that he's learning very, very well. He is tough naturally. He has a good chin, right? And he's a great approach to this prize fighter. And we're lucky that we were in one before, so we know the ups and the downs of the prize fighter.
Yeah, and do you think that you having that little bit of knowledge about prize fighter will stand?
Of course,
yeah.
We're not going in blind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're going in knowing that we're in and out of the ring, what we have to do when we're out of it, what we have to do when we're in it. Every fight is our last fight, right? And once we get off to a good start, anything can happen. But as we know in boxing, you need that element of luck.
Yeah.
Like Willie got that element of luck when the lad that he was supposed to fight, he got an extra 15-20 minutes of a rest when the doctor had to come in and check the lad up that he didn't want to go on. And the last one, now we were prepared for anything now.
And you'd have a little bit of knowledge of all the fighters, would you? I presume from working in Irish boxing, amateur, pro, you'd know of O'Kane and you'd know of.
Well, Eamon, they say, is the favourite. Well, I know Eamon since he was a child, and I trained him on teams when he was an adult, and my own son was training and sparring with him, and the boys that were here trained and sparring and boxed him. Right? Well, like Eamon wouldn't be the biggest threat for us, right? I don't think so. Right? I know they might think so, but I think his style would suit Anto's. And
so
Anto,
we don't mind getting O'Kane.
We don't mind getting O'Kane or any of them. Like there is a few dodgy ones there that we'd like to meet just when we're in the final.
Yeah.
Right, but every one of them will be awkward because it's a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
We can't get off the stool in any round, right? Not knowing that we have to go out and win that round because it'd be like an amateur fight. The speed will be there. You've only 3 rounds to do your business, right? And you slip up in one, you've only 2 left. So it's not like the pros, you know.
And if Anto does win it, and you're looking at if we do look beyond that, how far can he go? Or
well, if he wins the place, God, he does. He could go all the way. We were unlucky not to get a world title shot there. I think he mentioned that to you, right? And due to money reasons, right? Not on Anto's behalf, right? On the promoter's behalf, the fight never came our way, and we were like, and it was a great opportunity for Anto. And lucky enough, we were in training from the Brighton show.
Yeah, for prize fighter.
So for prize fighter.
If you look at some people would have said that, I wouldn't say dodge a bullet or anything like that, but people would have said prize fighter is a higher profile. If you win it, it's probably better to win prize fighter than the world title, and it could have been a Willie Casey scenario. What would you say to that? Or
no, I'd say win the world title because the prize fighter, you couldn't judge a professional boxer on 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And or like 3 rounds, and 3 rounds. And anybody that knows boxing with any kind of knowledge couldn't judge the prize fighter as being world championship material.
And a world title is too good to turn down.
Oh, of course, a world title is too good. How many fighters have we said before? Many fighters have fought for world titles. Willie Casey did. We can off the back of our thing. Right? He was unlucky. He got caught early, but that's boxing. You know what I mean? But for the prize fighter this time now, with Anto and all the boys that we know, and any boys that they could bring in, right? We know them too. Yeah. Like it helps in the fact that we can be at ease knowing their capabilities. Yeah, like none of them are big diggers, right? Put it that way. None of them are the best of diggers. Some of them are lovely fighters. Some of them will run. Some of them will fight. But we know all their styles. It's not like going into it. We don't know. Like when Willie went in, we didn't know half of them. All we were looking at was on YouTube. But this time we physically seen what they're capable of.
And you're worried about any of the personal spats you have, like if he goes in with Ray or Cruz or someone he's had a fall now, he mightn't stick to the game plan? Or
well, that's the only problem that we might have. Like the game plan, we went through 3 fighters today. We go through 3 again tomorrow. We're working off every fighter. every fighter we have a tactic for. You know, and if the plan A doesn't do it, plan B, and plan B doesn't do it, plan C. Like we know our boxing, so we know what type of fighters they're going to be capable of. We know who's going to punch and who's not going to punch. We know who's going to fight and who's not going to fight. We know who's going to run. Like I've had 3 of them already. I've had nearly them all in this gym, you know. So, and I've seen most of them in the stadium and in their debut. And so we know the fighters. We just need that good start.
And just a training and Anto aside, as someone who's involved in Irish boxing for so long, like how great is it to have a prize fighter and someone come and bring in regular shows? Even it'd be nicer to have a few more in the south, but in the north it's business for the boys, and this prize fighter can really do great for Irish boxing on a whole.
Well, this prize fighter, like, because it's in the north of Ireland people are great boxing supporters. They have been for years, right? They support our boxing a little bit better than the people down south. And unfortunately, since we went off the scene now with Dover Promotions, there's been no shows. Right, so we were just holding boxing up there. Right now, please God, we've something in the plans to get. Maybe something off the back of Anto if he wins this prize fighter.
That's what this prize fighter can sort of give everyone a kick.
It'll give the southern people, or the Irish people, we're all in the one island, a little bit more get up and go for Irish boxing, because that's what we need, especially in the professional boxing. Because the amateur boxing is going through the roof. We're doing fantastic with 5 qualifying for the Olympics, and then the girls going out there. We could qualify another 3. So.
Well, I have you here. Just a final question. I might as well ask. What about any news on young Phil or what he's planning to do?
Well, young Phil is going to Lithuania next week after the prize fighter, and he's going to. He has to win a gold or a silver to get back on the funding.
Okay.
And
so he's looking at staying amateur for a while, or?
Well, it's up to himself. I'd like him to go pro myself.
Okay.
Right, where he might get a decent rub of the green.
Yeah.
He's not getting a decent rub of the green in the amateurs.
And he's suited to the pros.
He's suited to the pros. He can smart, and most of all, he can punch.
That's brilliant, Phil. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks very much.